Really the wonderful thing here that we didn't have in Santa Rosa, and probably the thing that has hit me most and is my favorite part of the exhibition tonight, is the way that the first editions are displayed with the music that they represent, so that you can see the actual music written and in these very old texts, and then see the music on the comic strip page. Because Sparky always made the music in his strips authentic to whatever he was writing. He never made up staffs of music and put notes in. It was all, he always copied it. He wasn't a musician, and people have thought that he must have been, but he didn't read music. He loved it, listened to it, but didn't read it. So it was simply an artist's copying the staffs.
Charles Schulz actually believed that the cartoons were drawn primarily for adults and not for children. So the real rest of the world thinks it of the other way around. But what I've noticed is that it goes across the generations, from little kids studying the piano to senior citizens. Everybody gets something out of the cartoon, and what we're trying to do is raise the level of what everybody gets out of them so that they appreciate them as fully as they can. I mean, it's an educational exhibit in a way, but it's got to be one of the most fun educational exhibits that you've ever seen in your life. And to be able to hear the music and to learn more about Beethoven's life and to learn about Schulz's love of classical music and what it meant to him is a rare treat.
How did your husband get his collection of Beethoven memorabilia?
Well, he always loved Beethoven music, classical music, and especially the music of Beethoven. And he told some dealer out on Long Island where we lived, and dealers did not take very long to obtain a letter. That was the first purchase. One thing led to another, and Sue and Ira had a reputation, even in Europe, mostly in Europe, on the continent, that here was this American who was always in the market for another manuscript. So over a few years he had a wonderful collection.
I think it's wonderful how this exhibit has brought together two seemingly different aspects of American culture or culture, Western culture, Beethoven, and a comic strip, but that there is a continuity or a thread that runs through both things, and that you could use this exhibit to draw both these little children and his tiny toy piano and something serious like Beethoven, and draw them together and find interesting common ground, that there's a great commonality in all aspects of culture.
Sparky would have enjoyed it very much.